Hi, everyone. Hi, Richard. You can unmute yourself too if you want. And let people join.
I'm used to hosting and I'm always unmuted.
Where are you hosting and what are you doing with hosting? I love it.
I host a lot of different things, but I teach photography on the side.
Oh, you do?
So yeah, I just did a workshop last night. I do free workshops,
Uh-huh.
community workshops. I figure not only do I love teaching photography, but it's a way to grow my circle for real estate.
How is that working out for you? Because I just interviewed a lot of people around this kind of subject, and people like you are doing extremely well in business. Is that the case for you?
Um, it's been cyclical, and I'm not
Um,
entirely sure why.
okay.
I know it was slow over the summer, but I thought, okay, there's family vacations, etc. And then when, all the kiddos were back in school and all the moving and vacationing was done, I thought maybe we'll pick up again, but it was slower than I anticipated. So I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Got it. Got it. Well, let me
I,
know if you ever want to do a one-on-one. I'm happy to help.
yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Everybody, welcome to the regional tech training class. We are going to talk about catching leads with your consumer sites. So today we're going to discuss consumer sites, updates about them. I'm going to teach you a little ins and outs about them, and then how to perhaps capture leads through a Facebook ad. So go ahead and turn on your videos because it's not just about Richard and I. You all are here in it to win it too. Especially for me, it makes it easier to talk to an actual audience. Thank you. Um, so no hiding, no hiding. Stop hiding. And then place in your chat what market center you're from. I'm a people person, so are you. Come on, let's do this. What market center you're from, place in the chat. I love seeing new faces on here. I love meeting you guys because, you know, we're here together. Fort Collins. Cool. 132. I don't know numbers, you guys. You're gonna have to give me cities. Colorado Springs. There you go. That's better. Thanks, Crystal. Awesome. All right. Well, Roseville. Hi, Misty. You're from a different state. What state are you from? Oh, Minnesota. Pittsburgh. Okay, cool. I'm loving that there's some people that are from out of town here, out of Colorado town. I've loved meeting new people who are in different areas. Sweet. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the consumer site and also just how you can use it to capture leads. I'm going to throw in some really cool tips today just because I know that AI is a real thing, and perhaps I can reteach an AI class to kind of help you leverage time because you guys, Chat GPT is where it's at if you're not utilizing it. So I might do a little demo with that today. So it's going to kind of be a mixture of things and also strategy. So I'm going to jump right in because I know that everybody's time is valuable, and you all showed up on time. So thank you. Right off the bat, let me grab my screen 1 second. We're going to talk a little bit about consumer sites first because there has been some changes with them. And yet there's a really nice way to continue to still use them to capture leads. So give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So for those of you who don't know, there has been a new update with the consumer sites, also known as agent sites. I use those interchangeably because the consumer site is really for the consumer. And yet there are things to know on our back end that include you and also promote you on your site that you should know about. So about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, we updated the agent sites. And this is something that you should be aware of if you haven't done so already. What you can see over here on the left-hand side is the consumer applet. Do you guys see that? So I'm in the consumer applet right now. And what I have on my screen may be different than what you have on your screen. And the reason being is that I updated my agent site. Okay. And before you go clicking around and updating your website, I want to caution you with a couple of things that can maybe change your mind of updating at this moment or perhaps you want to just go all in. This is what the new sites look like. And as you may or may not know, there are a lot of reasons why we kind of changed them. Number one, the consumer lives a lot on Zillow.com, as we know. Like, you're in your business, a lot of people are just using it no matter what. But if you were to look at this site and that site, do you really see any difference? Zillow, camera 1, camera 2, our sites. I don't know about you, but I really don't see much difference. Do you think that there's a reason behind that? Anybody want to unmute themselves? There's no right or wrong answer. Go ahead and unmute. Because this is me educating you.
Unmuted and nothing to say.
Unmuted and nothing to say. And, you know, I love it because as agents, a lot of us feel like we need to make our website all about me, and then I'll put all your accolades up there and how many homes you've sold and your beautiful faces and, you know, those awesome professional photos that you have. And yet the consumer is not looking for you. We know that consumers are actually looking for houses, and they also need to use you. Do you see how that works? And so when consumers come in and they already in the mind frame of looking for a home, they're immediately going to go to a home search that feels familiar. And that is why, one of the reasons why we created the sites the way we did. So the familiarity is really important. And so what you're getting is something that's going to make your consumer feel at home, your potential client feel at home, and it's easier to navigate for them. So we did a lot of research, and yeah, a lot of people are living on realtor.com and Zillow.com. And so when we upgrade, if and when you upgrade to this new site, that is the reason why we want them to feel comfortable. Okay. Another thing that you should be aware of around our agent sites is that not only did we give it a prettier look and kind of give it that comfortable feel of what consumers are used to, is the sites that if you haven't upgraded, you had the option to create custom pages, and a lot of you did. And I think that's great. And yet, if you were to upgrade your site today, those custom pages will not transfer over to the new look. Okay. So that's the caveat that I think you all should be aware of. Just know that if you do have custom pages, that they aren't going to be transferred right away. So some feel good about it, some feel don't good about it. I say, think about those types of pages that you already have already. And I will drop, you can always go to lesliejackson.kw.com and kind of look at my site prior to making that change, so that you understand like what is really missing out of those custom pages that you created. What I've been finding just recently is that the custom pages that you were creating already, some people weren't even paying attention to. I'm just gonna throw it out there, okay? And also, there are things on the new sites that still have what the old sites do, like testimonials. You could still add testimonials to this new site. The featured properties section is really cool because not only is this part still available, but you actually get to choose on the back end what type of homes you're showing and what area that they're showing up in. At what price point do you want them to show? And so these featured properties don't necessarily have to be yours, but they're properties that are being pulled on top of your site to attract people to click. So it's all about capturing leads, right? And getting people to kind of think about what their price point is. Perhaps you put price points up there that will help the consumer start thinking about the price point they want to live in. So maybe it's not that $300,000 home. And I don't think that actually exists in Colorado. It probably does, but it's super small, right? Price points have changed over time, as we know. And so the really cool thing about the agent sites now is that you can set those parameters for these featured properties to display and be really purposeful around the area that you want to do business in. Cool. So, anybody want to like mention or comment or talk to me about this conversation before I kind of continue? Any questions?
Yeah, do you have an opportunity with the new sites to build custom custom pages?
Not yet, Mark. And so that is a disclaimer right now, is that if you really do want to create a custom page, the question to you back is, what's the topic? And so go to my website, lesliejackson.kw.com, prior to making that change and asking yourself, what is the topic of the page? Because it may already exist on the new. Does that make sense?
It does. I've built custom pages for farms, for example.
Oh, okay.
So people can go in and check statistics of their specific neighborhoods very easily and read DMAR statistics and that kind of stuff.
I see.
So how much that's being used, I don't know, because I really don't have the analytics on that. But
Right.
the other thing is that landing pages is something that I use quite frequently as well with open houses and different things like that. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I'm
Yep. And I think also the use case of this conversation, it can also go back to the monthly neighborhood nurture and command. So if we really wanted to reach specific areas for everybody that's placed in command, that automation is still well and live within our system that can
if I've got their email address.
correct
Yeah.
if you have their email address that could provide that neighborhood update. So yes, there is still gaps there, like you mentioned. Like if you don't have an email address, then you won't be able to send it to them. And yet I'm just giving you all the solutions as of today that you can
Sure.
do if you were to upgrade your site. Now, what I do know is that eventually we should add more functionality to this. Custom pages at some point will come back. We just don't know when. Okay. So with that being said, I also want to kind of overview the rest of the other things on our new sites that I think are really cool. Blog. A lot of this new update is really from your voices out there. I know a lot of agents that were like, I would love to have a blog on my agent site. And Keller Williams, as we know, we have our own technology. We've built it. It's proprietary. We made that change just for you. So check this out. You now have a My Blog on your site, which is written by Keller Williams and will be updated, I believe, quarterly. And yet this is something that continues to still provide value for you and your clients and for your potential leads. So like, let's take this one, for example, your first time home buyer's guide. I love this blog because this kind of, it solves the guides that we had on our old agent sites if you have an upgrade. And it's, again, another way to capture leads, to get them to come and land and read about what it would look like to buy their first home. Okay. So over here, I'm at the top of my screen, you'll see my URL highlighted. So you can absolutely create a Facebook post out of this, perhaps a Facebook ad out of this, and send them to this particular page. So if you are really honing in on your first time home buyer, this would be a great piece of content that you can push out there and even create a conversation around. Okay. The other thing that I want to mention when we really start getting into the nitty gritty of like actually creating a Facebook post, I always shorten my links with bit.ly.com. It's bitly.com. You can create shortened links there, and it also tracks the clicks and the times of when people click. There's also options to upgrade the Bitly subscription to another paid subscription, which would offer more analytics around those clicks, demographics, etc. So something to look into. And I think as far as strategy, when you are really honing in on your avatar of who your client is, this is a great source, at least standing point to start pushing them towards, back to you. You never want to send them to Zillow because Zillow is going to capture them as a lead, right? You never don't want to send them to realtor.com because they're going to capture them as a lead. What you want to do is use your agent sites over and over and over again, because there's no middle person that's going to capture them. It's going to go straight back to you. And this is something that I think that agents tend to get lost in, that they want to send them to a really pretty site, let's say Squarespace. Like you hired somebody to create a really pretty Squarespace site, And yet there's no lead capture option on there. And yet if there is, you may not be using it. Okay. So really the idea is these sites are so streamlined back to command that it's such an easy button for you to just notice that if you did capture a lead, they are automatically going back into your system. And you're getting a notification about it.
Leslie,
Yes, hi.
question. Hi. So going back to the previous page that had the featured properties on it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
If you push your page out to people, say, across the country that aren't really in your market, and they go onto your page to search their local market, will that feed them relevant properties in their market?
No, and in fact, you have the control to set these featured properties in different markets. So perhaps you actually do create a Facebook ad in, Richard, are you in Colorado?
I am.
Okay, cool. So perhaps you create an ad in California, and those featured properties are going to actually display in California below, because in the back end you're going to set that up, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay.
So you could have multiple URLs running simultaneously per market.
You could, and I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
So let's just actually take this example, because I think this is a great conversation to be had, and it still continues to support the title of the class. Okay, oh, we're gonna do city. So let's do my parents are in Santa Rosa. So we'll do Santa Rosa, California. And you'll see there's a lot of options, which I love, because as a trainer, I have to just point this out. You could do the California state, you could do a county, you could do by county, you could do by metropolitan area, you could even do by school district. You guys, all of these topics can be literally in a Facebook ad or a Facebook post. You can even do by zip code. Okay. So let's just do by city, and I'll say search. All right. So really utilizing your site to capture leads is really understanding how they work anyway. And so if I'm a consumer, I'm going to head to your site and I can search by zip code, city, neighborhood, school area, right? All those other options. So right now I've created a search for Santa Rosa. You'll also see over here, I can actually filter these homes by price range. I can filter these homes by for sale, for rent, or sold. And then I can get really specific on how many beds or baths I want. If you know exactly your price point that you want to attract, the type of person that's going to actually live in that price point, and also what kind of home that actually is, you could set up that search right here. Once I start setting up this search, this URL up here is going to actually start to change. So I'm going to say the price point of, well, if we're in Santa Rosa, I'm going to say 700,000. And then I'll click apply. So now my price point and my mapping and my list over here on the left-hand side have changed. What this will do is actually change the URL up top. All right. So back to you, Richard, all you would have to do is copy this URL, create a Facebook post, shorten this link, and place the link inside that Facebook post or Facebook ad. Okay. And this URL is a live URL, which means this data is constantly being updated by the MLS so that you don't have to. So at any time that link is being clicked, then your audience might be seeing a new list every day, every week, every second. Does that make sense? Because the MLS is syncing all that information.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cool. Any other questions before I continue? Okay, cool. So when it comes back to, so what we've discussed so far is the new look of the site, the featured properties on the site, and also the blog. The other thing that I want to point out is more, which is leave a review. So leaving a review is still very much live on our agent sites. And you still have control about writing those reviews on behalf, not writing them, but copying and pasting those reviews on behalf of your clients and entering them in, because we know people get busy and yet sometimes they just don't do it, or they send it to us via email. And so then we want to go display it. However that is, you still have control over that, which I love. So again, like I said, if and when you do upgrade your agent site, just know that you have featured properties. You still have the option to search by area, zip code, neighborhood, school district, etc. And also the highlight of now having a blog on your site, which is amazing that you don't have to write, and yet you still have the option to write your own, which again, Mark, for you, like getting back to you, Mark, you can actually create your own blog on different neighborhoods and different areas, perhaps just copying and pasting that custom page onto a Word doc, and then going back into the backend and your new site and creating a whole blog around it. Does that make sense? So blogs could really be interchangeable to custom pages, and perhaps that's something that just needs to be changed and shifted into our language. Cool. All right. The other thing that I want to mention too, because logistics and the fine tuning of knowing all this is key. Logging in is still the same. So you're still going to have the same login. If you have clients up on a search right now, or perhaps they already have created a login on your agent site, they'll still remain the same. They still will have the same search. Nothing will be stopped there. Because I know that that was also a concern from some agents that were like, oh, well, if I do this change, will then everything just come to a screeching halt? No, it won't. Know that that is good to go. Okay. Hey, it's another great conversation with somebody that is also using your site. Pick up the phone. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I just wanted you to know that I know that you've been searching on my site. I also have updated it, so you might find that it looks a little bit different, but just know that your login still works. Hey, how's that going? Is there anything else that I could do for you? Right? So it's just another great way to have a warmer conversation with somebody who's using it. Cool. All right. So now we're going to head back to command. Let's go into consumer again and discuss kind of the back end of when this occurs. What will it look like? What you're seeing right now is the result of me pushing the button, upgrade my site. So when you go to your consumer applet over here down below, over here in this section at the top, you'll see upgrade my site, upgrade my website, and there's like little stars around it. If you click on that tab, I don't have it because I already did it, but if you click on that tab, you're going to see some prompts, and all you do is follow the prompts. And this is also another great time for you to really think, not think about, but if you wanted to upgrade your URL or change your URL, rather, not upgrade, but change your URL, you can still do that within that upgrading your site section. You'll also continue to still have the option to update your URL here after you do upgrade your site. So know that has not changed. And we still have the preferences down below. If you don't know about this, this is something that you should know, is you can display Keller Home Loans on your site and app, or if you want to take that off, you can by clicking on enable or disable. You also have the option to display your Keller Covered as well, enable or disable on your site and app, as well as neighborhoods. Now, I know a lot of people who live in rural areas that feel like the neighborhoods are just not accurate based on consumers' usage on Nextdoor. So if that resonates with you, just know that you could take them off and it's no big deal. Okay. All right. Forced registration. This is the conversation that I like to bring up because this is exactly how you continue to capture leads through Facebook ads. A lot of us know that the campaign section has been updated and there's a new experience. There's also a new option that says use your own landing page. Okay. Now, I know that if I were to use my new landing page as a forced registration form without the Facebook form, this is the section of how I would do it. All right. Now, I just taught somebody how to do this the other day with no property viewing at all. And for some reason, it's not showing my forced registration form, even though I am viewing properties. So as you can see, there is no property viewing right now. And just something to be aware about with, as we know about technology, there is some nuances when we do push out a new release, that if this is something that you do want to do, right now, like yesterday, I was looking at a home and it didn't put the forced registration form up. So let's just go take a peek if it's doing it again. Yeah, so I was able to look at this property. So again, if you are going to use your forced registration form as a way to capture leads in command, perhaps upgrading your site right now is not the right time for you, right? So I'm here to inform you and educate you and train you and also give you all your options on how to capture leads. Cool?
Leslie, question.
Yeah.
Has there been any discussion about integrating the sign up for your website with like an open house sign-in sheet? If they register online, that they're automatically directed to your website?
I love this question because we haven't discussed that yet. So with this new site, we have implemented open house landing pages already inside your site. So I actually just clicked on this $1.3 million home. And if I were to be showing this home in my neck of the woods, I would head up to my URL here and /open house, enter. And now it transforms this new page into an open house landing page. So as far as the open house landing pages go, that we know that we can create inside our old agent sites or our legacy, what we like to call legacy sites, then this is still solving that. Okay, so if you were holding back about open houses and creating those open house digital sign-ins, know that you could do that just right on your site with any home by doing a /open house enter. So getting back to you, Richard, you can use this live URL and create a Facebook post around it.
Sounds great. I'm a noob, so I have nothing but questions.
I love it. No, I love the engagement because talking for almost an hour by myself with nobody engaging also can be like very hard on my voice. So it's nice for me to also get to know you as well. So thank you. And please, anybody unmute themselves and ask questions. Okay, so check this out. If I were to enter my information in here, all of this is going to be placed automatically right into my command. You'll get a push notification on your phone and also receive a notification in your command desktop. Cool. So as a trainer and a coach, I always like to say, creating new habits is key, especially if you want to change something different in your workflow. Pay attention to your KW mobile app because that's essentially where all your notifications come in. Even if you have smart plans placed on people, tasks will come in as notifications to your smartphone through the KW command app. So if you're not utilizing it, if you don't know, it doesn't exist, right? If you don't get a notification, you have no idea that it's even happening. So create new habits around the KW command app too, because this is all like a one-stop shop for you guys, which I love. Okay, so I'm going to kind of shift gears here and really just discuss like implementing everything that I kind of overviewed today for you, because I find that sometimes we forget the simplicity of creating a Facebook post or simplicity around creating a Facebook ad. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and just discuss how easy it is to write a post these days. I know for myself that I tend to kind of say the same thing, or I get stuck in my rut about what to post. And this is something that is so amazing. So ChatGPT, Google it. This is a new way to write posts and ads. So I'm going to say, write a Facebook. So if you guys can see my screen, it's down below. Write a Facebook post on, let's see, Chatfield. So Chatfield Botanic Gardens Pumpkin Festival. Okay. So Chatfield Botanic Gardens Pumpkin Festival is something that occurs annually here in Colorado. As you know, Colorado, we get the 4 seasons, and pumpkin festivals are very much alive right now. So check this out. All I did was say, write a Facebook post on Chatfield Botanic Gardens Pumpkin Festival. And here it is. Get ready for a pumpkin-tastic extravaganza at the Chatfield Botanic Gardens Pumpkin Festival. Join us on this day to be filled with family-friendly fun and autumn magic. Craft activities, hay rides, live music, food trucks, costume contests, and here's the admission price. Don't forget to tag your friends and family who would love to join the fall festivities. Holy cow, there is a blog for you. Like, you can even tell ChatGPT to write a blog. So Mark, getting back to you and just kind of your neighborhood pages that you have on your custom pages right now, I would even use ChatGPT to kind of refreshen and update that copy to make it relevant, to make it local. And all you would do, even though I said Facebook post, you could turn this into Facebook blog. So let's do edit, and I'll say blog. Oops. And then it's going to regenerate it. And now it's going to be more in a blog format. So here's an introduction, a glimpse of Chatfield Botanic Gardens, the Pumpkin Patch Extravaganza, live entertainment and activities, educational work. Are you guys seeing this? I mean, this is amazing. And it's 11:32 at my time. It literally took under 30 seconds to get this completed. Now, how to implement and execute this is the next step. So all I need to do is see that little clipboard here. I'm going to click that. I'm also going to keep my command open, and I'm just going to head back to command. Oh, let's see, where were we? Agent sites, here we go. So now I'm going to head back to command. All right. See where it says edit my website? All I need to do is click that. And I probably could have rewritten this class title as create a blog on your agent site and capture leads. So here we go. So blog post, do you see this? I'm going to click on blog post. And all I need to do is paste. And there's my blog post. Boom, blog post. Subheadline, let's go back to ChatGPT. My title is Embracing the Spirit. We're going to head back to agent sites. Where is it? There we go. Headline. And publish. That's it.
It's cheating, but I love it.
But guess what? Do your clients say, hey, Richard, do you know how to write blogs? No, they want to say, hey, Richard, do you know how to sell houses?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this is the kind of stuff that we have at our fingertips right now to save you time. Now you can go show homes.
Do you ever run into issues between Chat 3.5 and 4?
I haven't. No. Have you?
No, I just started using it, so I was just deferring to someone with more experience.
Okay, yeah. You know, there is some difference with just like if you were to upgrade to the paid version, you can there are actually plugins that you can utilize to create Canva.
You can link it to a browser.
By bulk.
You can link it into a browser also.
Correct.
And 3.5 only goes up to like September 2021. Nothing has existed since then.
Oh, I see.
In its database, yeah.
Got it. So yeah, play around with it. I like to say just to pick a theme and then tell ChatGPT to do it over again. So like you saw today, I did a post and I did a blog. But the really cool things is now that blog post, since I have published it, is living on my site now. Okay. So, somebody posted something. Be right back. Okay. Sounds good, Richard. So now all I have to do is go back to my site. I'll refresh the screen here. We'll head to blog. And there it is, read more. Oh, I needed to add an image. So all you need to do is go back and add an image, but here it is. Embracing the spirit of fall at Chatfield Botanic Gardens Pumpkin Festival. I'm gonna click this link, copy it. I'm gonna head to Bitly. I'm gonna create a new link in Bitly, paste my blog URL there, copy it. Where's my copy button? Oh, there it is, copy button. I'm gonna head to Facebook. And then head to my page. You can see my Facebook page. Come follow me. And then I'll post it here. I like to say click here first. And then go back to ChatGPT and then enter my Facebook post. So we'll do this. Copy it down here. Write a Facebook post. So pick a theme, tell ChatGPT to do it several different ways, and then utilize it to attract leads to your site. And that's essentially what I'm doing right now. Okay, so then I can copy this. Now, I like that there's a lot of options here, but I don't always tend to use it just because I don't want it to be novel, right? And Facebook posts can look too long. But what I do love is that it does add emojis, and emojis are essential for people to stop and click. So just go in and make it yours. But what I love about ChatGPT, it is pulling like the hashtags that are most relevant to this topic, both generic and both specific, which is almost like SEO to Facebook, right? So hashtags are great so that you can tap into multiple people who are like looking at autumn magic, Chatfield Gardens, Fall Fun, Pumpkin Festival is another thing. So there it is. And the cool thing is once they click, they're going to be landing here. And that's it, you guys.
Yes, it is.
Yay!
Very cool.
Pretty cool. So this is being recorded. Every class that I teach, I try to do my best. I think I need to go back and upload another one. But I do post these recordings to the KW Colorado Regional YouTube page. So head to the KW Colorado YouTube page, look at my tech class playlist and kind of learn from there as you go. Again, recordings are great because you can rewind and replay and all those good things.
How often
Hey,
are you?
Leslie,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mark.
I just had a quick question on if we do switch over to the new sites, and we're just having too much issue with it. Does the legacy site still exist?
That's a really good question, and no, it does not.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay.
Yeah, so once you go forward, you can't go back.
Okay, got it.
And thank you for asking that because I needed to say that too.
Leslie, how often do you teach?
Every Thursday at 11 a.m. And so these classes are offered free to the region. Anybody else who wants to join, absolutely welcome. And these links are always the same link, always the same Zoom link. So just save the Zoom link, put it in your calendar at 11 a.m. Mountain, and I'll be here.
Cool.
Awesome.
Me too. This is better than my option for same time on Thursday.
Okay, cool. Anybody
Which
else
is-
have anything that they want to say before we leave? All right. Reach out to me at Jackson@kw.com. It's LESLEY Jackson@kw.com if you ever want to do a one-on-one or talk to me more about your business. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.